town separatist links? Is there sort of, I guess, more apprehension as to a possible resurgence of these LGTB groups or affiliated groups coming up? I just wanted to know your opinion on that and what the general situation is like.
I don't think it was a chief minister, it was a minister from probably Manoganeshan when he was here last who made those comments. Sorry? Oh, the Prime Minister. Okay. Oh, the Prime Minister would make those comments. I mean, the fact that there are continuing reports that come out, and as someone who is very much on the ground, as a party that has been victimized even after this regime change, I can tell you that nothing has actually changed. I mean, the problem here is that there is a perception that, and that is primarily because you have the people who the Tamil people themselves voted in, telling their people that this is a good government. That there is generally a perception that there is less, the sort of oppressive conditions seem to be less, in the sense that the sort of surveillance by the state is far more subtle. So, for example, if I go to a house, the military will definitely go there. The intelligence definitely will go there. But the difference is that they are far less confrontational. It's a much more sort of, they're just here just to find out what the meeting is about. You don't need to say anything if you don't want to, sort of approach. So people feel less intimidated. But the fact of the matter is that if you are an activist, for as long as you are not seen as someone who's prepared to challenge the state, they will sort of be a little friendly. Whereas the previous government was much more belligerent. But the facts suggest that fundamentally nothing has changed. The oppressive, militarized mechanism still remains in place. It is very similar to when you had the ceasefire agreement that was signed in 2001 to 2004, when Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe at that time was also Prime Minister then, when he was in power. The military very clearly was of the view that yes, our hands might be tied, but we are keeping our eyes open and we will act when we have to act. And that is very much the case at present. But the difference is that when the ceasefire was there, they didn't act until a regime change and when the regime said, let's go all out for war. The difference here is that even though they might be less belligerent, they're still active. You still have people disappearing. You still have the highest, if not the second highest, torture rates globally with regards to Sri Lanka. The media continues, particularly the Tamil media, continues to be oppressed. So all the indicators have been ticked. The assurances that this government has given to the international community in Geneva, for example, has just thrown in the air. I mean, the sort of anti-terrorism laws that they're thinking is far worse than what is prevalent. Constitutionally, the sort of changes that they are taking in terms of bringing in the new constitution is no different from what is already there. So the point is, when you have politically oppressive conditions prevalent, the people are going to struggle, and the state, in order to prevent that struggle, will have to create conditions of oppression to in some way deter them. And in my view, that is very much in place, and that's not changed. Just as recently as a couple of weeks ago, a former LTE member who had gone through a process of rehabilitation has been convicted under the PTA. All right, and the fact that he agreed to rehabilitation would mean normally that you can't have convictions that come out thereafter.